Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that. It's not fun being regulated. It's not, it can be pretty irksome, but in the car business, we get regulated by Department of Transport, by EPA, and a bunch of others. And there's regulatory agencies in every country. In space, we get regulated by FAA. But if you ask the average person, hey, do you want to get rid of the FAA and just take a chance on manufacturers not cutting corners in the aircraft because profits were down that quarter? I was like, hell no. That sounds terrible. So there'll certainly be a lot of job disruption. Because what's going to happen is robots will be able to do everything better than us. I'm including, all of us, Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what to do about this. The sun is gradually expanding, and in about, roughly 500 million years, maybe a billion years at the outside, the oceans will boil, and there will be no meaningful life on Earth. It might be like some, chemotrophs or ultra-high temperature bacteria or something, but nothing that can make a spaceship.
Maybe this is one of those things. Maybe we should realize that you can't hit the switch on something that's going to be able to think for itself and make up its own mind as to whether or not it wants to survive or not, and whether or not it thinks you're a threat, and whether or not it thinks you're useless. Like, why do I keep this dumb, finite life form alive? Why keep this thing around? It's just stupid. It just keeps polluting everything, and shitting everywhere it goes, lighting everything on fire and shooting each other. Why would I keep this stupid thing alive? Because sometimes it makes good music, sometimes it makes great movies, sometimes it makes beautiful art, and sometimes it's cool to hang out with.
Yes, all those reasons.
Yeah, for us, those are great reasons.
Yes.
But for anything objective, standing outside, I go, oh, this is definitely a flawed system. This is like if you went to the jungle and you watch these chimps engage in warfare and beat each other over the head with sticks. They're fucking real mean.
They're freaking mean.
They're real mean.
I saw that movie Chimpanzee. I thought it was going to be like some Disney thing. I was like, holy cow.
What movie was that?
It looks pretty cool, Chimpanzee.
Is it a documentary?
Yeah, it's kind of like a documentary. I was like, damn, these chimps are mean.
They're mean.
Yeah, they're cruel.
Yeah, they're calculated.
My name is Vicente.
Yeah.
And my question is, are there any natural resources on Mars right now that a colony would be able to use? And if so, how would SpaceX go about extracting those natural resources when the time comes?
Well, I think any natural resource extraction on Mars would be, the output would be for Mars. Like, it definitely wouldn't make sense to transport stuff 200 million miles back to Earth. Honestly, like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in pre-packaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here. Maybe good times for the Martians, but not back here.